Are we live?
Go for it.
Hello guys and welcome down to the CoasterGen Show. Today we have Sean from PARKSPILL, Mikhile and Aaron. We was going to have James, but it's just dropped out, so hope he gets better. How is everybody doing? Hope you've had a really good week. There's been a lot of news, like just little bits here and there.
Just today.
Yeah.
Why is it always Thursday?
Because they know the show is on. That's what it is. That is what it is. Yeah. Ooh, what was that?
That was my
wow.
blasting out.
Labyrinth.
That was the Ghost of Christmas Past, that was.
Labyrinth has followed you home. So hello to everybody watching. Hello to everybody watching on playback. Guys, please do get your questions in and do share this video around. Mikhile, do you want to tell us what's happening in Belgium very soon?
Yeah. Just want to double check we are live, right?
We are live.
We are live.
Oh, we are, yeah.
Okay, cool.
We are
All right. Yeah. So literally, I have to think less than about half an hour ago. I've just seen this.
Yeah, it was.
literally.
It was like we have a bit of a pre-talk before we go live, and it was literally within that pre-talk. It wasn't even part of the show.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's obviously we can't get over there anytime soon, but
No.
But I mean, hey, when this happens, we actually might be able to. But
Yeah.
for now, enthusiasts in Belgium will be happy to know that RITA Happiness is here.
It is.
Yeah.
It's here.
The RITA
From what I've seen, it's gonna be soft opening between July 1st and July 21st, and then the roller coaster is gonna officially open to everybody on July 22nd.
That's my birthday.
Wow.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Absolutely
Oh my
gutted, because
God.
I know you would be there.
Mate, I would be there.
Yeah,
like that is the equivalent. Like you could get there in not that much longer than it would take you to get to maybe a little bit longer to get to Oakwood, but
Yeah.
but not that much
cheaper
further
as well.
in terms of like travel
end of
time.
nowhere.
It's not that far, like really, when you think about it.
Oh.
Like considering we went from Montageland and come home in like one trip, and like it didn't feel that bad because we just split it in half and did like 3 hours and 3 hours and like 4 hours. But like so that's a lot further. So you could easily do like that's the thing about this whole COVID thing, is the fact that it's really made me appreciate like how close Europe is, and how actually in the past it was always like, oh, that seems like a bit of effort, but it wasn't, man.
No,
it really wasn't that much effort.
A few of my friends who I've done trips with recently have always said like it's easier for them to get to Plopsaland, where RITA Happiness is. It's always easier for them, or just like takes less time for them to get to Plopsaland than it does to get to like Alton Towers or Pleasure Beach.
It'll be less hassle for me to get there than it would for me to get to Thorpe Park.
Yeah, probably.
I know a lot of people, a lot of enthusiasts who live in Scotland, and they will get a plane.
Yeah,
they have to get a plane to go to Alton Towers because it's just not worth like driving. It's cheaper and it's faster to like get a plane. So it's like, by that point, you may as well just go over to Europe.
Yeah, you might as well just keep on. You might as well just go over the Atlantic while you're at it. You know?
It's just so much cheaper as well to get over there than getting a train or getting a coach here.
The trains are ridiculous, aren't they?
Yeah,
really. So expensive.
It's £100 for me to get to London.
Yeah, crazy. You can get to like I don't know, anywhere. Germany for like £9. You know,
that's why in the last 2 years, someone told me like, oh, have you ever checked like first class tickets? And I've always been like, no. I was like, I'm not made of money.
Like £375.
No, mate. If you get a first class, if you go for first class, the next, like, say if it's like 2 days in advance, and there's like there's not many people have claimed them.
Yeah,
I've done it. But there's been plenty of times now where I've paid an extra £10, you get first class, and you just get free food the entire time.
Wow.
Free alcohol as well.
Do you want to know the one time I've gotten?
That is the way.
I'm like, you just go to London,
Whoa.
just like
I
you just
tell
get
you
your
what,
money's worth.
My London trip. My
Luke's
London
planning
trip.
that.
No, nah. My London trip. You all know what happened. As I talked about it in the vlog. But like, I had trains cancelled left, right, and centre out of Piccadilly. I managed to get on one. Ended up having to go to Tamworth, back up to Nuneaton, and then from Nuneaton to Leicester, and then from Leicester to St Pancras. Right, but the Leicester train, we were all on the platform at Nuneaton, and I'm talking like there is 3 full Arriva trains like of cancelled like
Traincast.
Yeah, there's so many people there. Right?
Train vibes.
No, but listen to this, right? You're talking about first class. We then got the Leicester train turned up. It was 2 carriages.
Yeah.
One was first class. One was standard class. The first class carriage got absolutely swamped. Like
People were just like
mate, everywhere.
3 cancelled trains.
Everywhere.
3 cancelled trains and a 2 carriage train turns up.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
On route.
That was fun.
That's ridiculous.
Jeez.
Yeah, during a pandemic.
Did you have to stand up the entire way?
Yeah. I did.
Coaster Dan, but
Mate, he was hanging on to the end.
Coaster Dan works in the trains, and he said, if you need a discount, give him a shout. So
How much for the
everyone-
driving seat? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
I'll go around and
quick
check
pick you up
people's
on that.
tickets. Like, they don't even do it anymore. They just kind of like go, oh, there's barriers at the station. You don't need to check your tickets.
Yeah, let me just quickly check in the chat. Let's see who's with us. So we got Luca. How you doing, mate? Always good to see you. We got Adrian. We got Coaster Dan. We got Biomass as always. Great to see you. We got Thrill Seeks. Aroma Prime's in the chat.
We got loads
Thanks
tonight.
for joining us, Dan.
The whole
No
crew.
way.
Yeah, we got.
Let's get to chat.
Hello,
I think I just saw
everybody.
Emma, Top Full Tourist, in the chat. How
Half
you all
Northern.
doing? Half Northern.
What's up, Laura?
Ah.
Thank
What's
you for
going
joining
on?
us.
Everyone's here.
Joe.
Just remember, just let us know what you've been up to in the past week. If you've been into any new
sure.
theme parks,
Mhm.
if you've just been on a general theme park trip, any new rides you've done, just let us know. Go down.
Yeah, let us know in the
Trims.
comments as well if you're watching this on playback. Fill the comments
Yeah.
up. Let us know what you've been up to and what your plans are.
Mike from
It's always
Kent,
good,
how's it going?
Yeah,
Mike,
so-
So, Mike from Kent. Peachy vibes in the chat.
peachy vibes.
Oh, yes.
Going back to Ride to Happiness anyway, I'm so excited for that to open because ever since I've seen Time Traveler, it's just been like one of my number one bucket list rides, just because I remember doing Dwerver Wind, which is the junior max spinner, which we now have at Portland's, which is amazing. But I remember doing that for one of them for the first time, and I was like trying to imagine what like a proper like non-junior one would be like, and I was just like, it's gonna be insane. Like, it's gonna be insane. I know you've done it, haven't you, Mikhile?
Yeah, I've ridden Time Traveler. I love that thing to pieces. I do think it's slightly overrated, but
Really?
yeah. Like I
Are
know.
you into spinning?
Not to say it's not incredible. Like it's so much fun. I love that thing to pieces, but it's not the sort of like elite world class kind of level coaster that some people say it is. That's just my personal opinion, but I love that thing. I would love to marathon that for a good hour or so. It's so much fun. It's so re-rideable as well.
What let it down for you then?
Well, it's not so much that I was let down by it. It's that I treated it as sort of like it's more than a family coaster. It's more than a family coaster.
Right,
but it's not quite an extreme coaster. Not to say that I was expecting it to be one. I was just expecting it to be fun.
I think it's the nature of spinning rides, though, is that you can't make them too intense, can you?
Yeah,
exactly. Especially one with launches, especially one with vertical drops, especially one with inversions.
Yeah.
Like
it's controlled spin as well, right?
It's a controlled spin.
Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't spin too fast. So
yeah, because if they launched you and it's uncontrolled, you'd just be like,
oh yeah.
But the whole thing's controlled spins, right? They could like
but like it's the thing. My thing with it is that like it's a controlled spin, which I don't have a problem with. My thing is it's controlled to the point where the cars not really spinning. It's just you take one element at one angle, another element at a different angle. It doesn't really feel like you're spinning. You're just taking different elements at different angles, which is good. Which is good. That's not a disappointing thing.
No.
It's I just feel like if they dampened it a little bit less, not to the point where it's too disorientating to the point where it's not for everyone, but just so there's a sensation of a bit of a bit more rotation, which looks like what you're gonna get on Right to Happiness.
Yeah. Do you think that's going to be better then? Do you think, looking at that?
I think it's going to be a lot better.
Yeah. That's exciting then.
Especially if I don't know if you guys have seen footage of the train going off the first launch.
Yeah.
Have you seen it spinning?
Yeah.
Have you seen it spinning on that first launch? That alone will make it better. Because time travel has no sensation like that.
So it's amazing. And
please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying time travel is a bad ride.
It's not what you expect.
So much fun.
It's not what you expected, and I think when you're going into like a spinning ride, like if I was going into it, I would expect like the junior ones, which they're not controlled at all, and you know you can go on it you get a different ride every single time. So I guess when it's controlled, you don't have that kind of chaoticness.
Yeah.
Because it's like when we went to Portland's Park, it was like we got the first ride we had on it. It was really fun. It was really, really fun. And we was like, that was a good kind of family coaster, junior coaster type thing. And then we went on it later on in the day, and it was insane. Like the amount of spinning we were getting was just mental. Yeah. And I was like, that is not a family coaster. That is like well intense. Like, so I would go into like time travel expecting that, even if I knew it was controlled, I'd be like, well, they'd at least spin quite a lot.
They must be controlling you to put you into a purposely positioned angle that you can take it as you're actually rotating.
Surely it's programmable. So in the future, they could be like, actually, let's turn it up a notch. Exactly.
Well, I mean, all they would have to do for that, like you say that, all they would have to do for that is just lessen the dampening on the magnet that sort of like holds onto the disc in the. Would
that be a physical thing, or would that be a computer programmable thing? Do you think?
I think it's more of a physical thing, because I think it's just strength of magnets that hold each car to a certain degree to like control the speed at which. I don't think it's programmable to the point where it sets the car at a certain angle for each element.
Right.
I think it's just a set of magnets.
That
are over and under each disc on each car.
Okay.
And they just slow it down enough to as much as they want it to be slowed.
So I wonder if that means like Ride to Happiness, they've probably learned some lessons and gone, actually let's have less magnet.
I was just about to say, like, wasn't like Time Machine the first one to be that intense?
You mean Time Traveler?
Time Traveler, sorry.
First,
mate, I literally just thought, have I been getting that wrong the entire time?
That's it as well. What's the initial drop out the station like?
Oh, right. So that's probably my favorite part of the entire thing.
Yeah, the drop out.
Yeah. That's probably my favorite, especially because the first ride I got on it was a back row ride.
Oh, back row, drop out the station, yes please, while you're spinning. Oh, that just sounds perfect.
It looked like it was
pretty much backwards as well, because the cars don't start spinning until basically like you come out of the station like not spinning at all, and then like like half a second before you start going down the drop is when the car starts spinning. So if you're in the back row, you're going down that drop backwards.
I was literally going to say, it looks like in every video I've seen that you start spinning on the drop.
Yeah.
On the drop. As you go over. It's like, by
the way, I'm just looking at a chat. Luca, we're going to come on to Phoenix. Is that how you say it? We're coming on to that very soon.
I think it's Phoenix. It's just the way that they spelt it. Not the way Lucas spelled it, the way they've spelled it in the actual name.
Yeah.
They've used
actual thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just going back to the chat.
But yeah, we will touch on that.
So theme park trips. So I saw some. So I went to Legoland. So Mikey P saying I went to Legoland Windsor last weekend. Really liked the new themed area, Mythica, World of Mythical Creatures. It's sick. It's amazing. We went again on Tuesday, and I just love it every time I go, especially Flight Skyline.
I'm really excited to try it. I'm excited to try the AR.
The AR is really nice little touch. It's really good. Let us know, guys, if you've been to Mythica, do you like it? And what do you think? A lot of people are saying it's the number one. Even CoasterGen said number one dark ride in the UK. A lot of people are saying that.
Wow.
So that's really, really cool.
Someone said Silver Dollar City is their top.
Adrian. That's my number. That's probably my number one.
It's my number one park.
Oh, really?
It's my favorite park. That is my number one park. Yeah.
Nice.
As of right now, anyway.
Because it's like I think it's if I'm right in thinking it's the same way Efteling is my. It's not necessarily about the rides. It's about the whole thing. It's about the atmosphere.
1000%.
And that's what it comes down to with a lot of parks.
Mm-hmm.
The food looks amazing. To be fair, it's really, really nice.
What have they got, Mikhile? Like in terms of like unique food at Silver Dollar? Have they got
Silver Dollar City? So like, here's the thing, right? It was part of a road trip me and my friend were doing as he was driving back up to Ohio, and so like we'd planned for one day there, but we actually got there really late and ended up leaving early because we wanted to go to a dinner show. We'd met up with someone who we knew who worked there, and we ended up leaving early and just going to some other attractions in Branson. So I didn't actually get to eat that much in the park. we did have lunch, but it was kind of like we were on limited time. We only had like 6 or 7 hours, and like so we're on limited time. So like, let's just get something really quick, and then we can cred run the park, and then just enjoy as much of the park as possible. So all I ended up eating was a hot dog, like which was really good, by the way. Like it weren't just like a normal hot dog or anything. It was really good. Had loads of great toppings on it. But like next time I get back there, like the one thing that I want to try more than anything is just like their skillets. They do these amazing skillets with like sausage, steaks.
Stop it.
Onion.
Get hungry.
Yeah.
I've literally watched just food videos coming out of these places.
Yeah, literally. I mean, you can go on their website and look at all their food offerings, like everything you've heard about them and Dollywood as well. Like their food offerings are so legit. Like they both have cinnamon bread.
Yeah.
Dollywood is supposed to. Dollywood cinnamon bread is supposed to be a little bit better. I've not had Silver Dollar City's cinnamon bread. I've had Dollywood's, but
have you been to Knott's Berry? Because isn't that similar food?
Like, so I've been to Knott's Berry Farm, but like in 2011. So like I can't really remember. What
changes a lot. That part does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like fat. It changes a lot.
I feel like it's so much. I feel like it's so much different to like now than it was.
It looks really pretty. It does look really pretty.
It does look pretty, yeah.
Ghost Rider, that's got Ghost Rider out, right, isn't it?
Yeah.
That looks so good.
See, like I rode Ghost Rider before the GCI retracking, and it was awesome then. It was so good then. So Lord only knows like what it's like now that GCI have come in and retracked it, give it Millennium Flyers, and
the lighting on it at night looks so good, man. Like you can imagine night rides on that are gonna be epic.
Night rides in general.
Accelerators that Luke, you love stealth, innit? You love Accelerator.
Yeah, mate, that thing
so good.
That thing
so good,
so
man.
Me and Danielle were planning out a California trip, like to later on, maybe in a couple of years, and that was a place, man. That was a place on the list. And you know what? She brought it up. She was like, "Oh, what about if we go?" I'm like, "Yes, we do." but yeah, no, it was.
That's the start of a coaster enthusiasm, bro. You need to start nurturing
it's just the fact that there's so much to do around there, and I think that park just looks stunning. It looks absolutely stunning. That park.
It's like Knott's Berry Farm, and Carowinds and Kings Island look like the 3 Cedar Fair parks with the most unique character.
Character. Great word. Yeah.
Knott's Berry Farm, if I compare them to like our UK parks, Knott's Berry Farm reminds me of like Blackpool merged with like Alton Towers. So it's like proper like all together, and then like but you've got a lot of like greenery and just it's got more. It's got like a character of its own. Am I right in thinking that?
Was it more like Flamingo Land?
I had never thought of it like that.
So if you take like the footprint of like Blackpool, you know, where everything's kind of like together,
yeah,
and then you say you put that together with Alton Towers, kind of like I guess so, like
kind of just like the
atmosphere, or is it more of like? Is it more like?
That'd be one hell of a park.
I would say, I would kind of say it's a bit more like if Merlin gave good, well, not no, if Merlin gave a lot of charm and a lot of concentrated stylization, or a lot more than they do to Thorpe Park.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Right.
So it's got more trees.
Oh, sure. Yeah, and
more trees,
a little
more bushes,
like,
rocks,
more landscaping.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the best way to say that
Flowers
without just like
shrubs
vehemently insulting Thorpe Park.
just more stuff.
Get rid of the beach and put a garden in there. That'd be nice.
I'll tell you what though, the Halloween events, these places look phenomenal.
Yeah, Scary Farm's supposed to be.
They just look like
they were the first to like really popularize that, weren't they? Not Scary Farm. They were like
I believe so.
That's such
first
a good
park.
Or like
name.
one
Not
of the first.
Scary
Yeah, so
Farm.
that
is literally it as well.
Farm.
They're not even joking. That is literally what it's called.
Yeah,
amazing. We missed a pretty good segue there because we're talking about Thorpe Park, comparing it to Thorpe Park. Park vibes.
Park vibes.
Scary vibes. Where are the park vibes?
So the park vibes. So I went to check out Park Vibes on Monday.
The wettest day of the summer so far.
Nice.
What's that?
The wettest day of the summer so far.
Oh mate, it was. This is the thing, man. It was raining so. It wasn't as bad as Gangster Granny opening day.
Oh wow, that was just...
nowhere near bad as that.
That was brilliant.
You couldn't. It got to the point like I don't mind the rain, but that was like you just
the hail.
You had to. Yeah, the hail. Yeah. Everything was just mad.
We loved it, didn't we? Though.
It was fun. It was funny. It was a funny story. I didn't love the rain, but it was funny being just underneath that little shelter.
Added something to it
with every coast enthusiast.
Yeah,
as a vlogging channel.
Anyway, park vibes.
But yeah, park vibes. So bear in mind it was a rainy day. We went there. It was, I think, overall, it's got potential to be a really good event. It was just the fact that we went, there was hardly any entertainment running. It was like all day we saw one busker. He was a very good busker. He was very good. He was taking requests and all sorts, which is really good. Because what Thorpe Park have done is they've teamed up with Busking London, which is like an organisation where if you want to busk in London, you join that, and then they will give you like a time slot to perform in London. But they're just doing it over in Thorpe Park.
Need some of the Tube guys down there, man. The Tube have got some.
There'll be there's a lot of talented guys. I've got a very good friend who busks in London, and he's so talented. And you make a good living off it as well, and it's you just providing entertainment for people. It's such a good way if you're a musician of doing it. A lot of people have this perception of buskers just being like poor and stuff, and like just like scrounging. It's like it's not.
It's a good way to practice.
A lot of them do make good money.
Yeah.
It's a great way to practice your craft out in the open and get confident performing in situations and stuff.
Yeah,
it's a big way of like being.
They encourage it at college. Actually, when I did music at college, they encouraged it. But I didn't do it, but they encouraged it.
Just on that tangent a bit, have you been to places like Barcelona or even like Venice Beach, where they have like a lot of like just street performers in general, but like buskers as well, who are just you can instantly tell that they're so talented in what they do. They're so creative. Like it's the same concept basically. Yeah.
I remember when I was a small kid, I can remember going and see all these like guys with puppets and stuff and doing some I'd never seen anything like that before in my life. You know, it was awesome.
Yeah.
When I went Barcelona, I was just looking for all the skate spots. But that came with a lot of the street entertainment and stuff being around them spots. And it was so cool chilling out, like all the music and the creativity. Even people just like doing art and then like statues. You know, the people who stand still and then you
Yeah, this first time I've seen that as well.
There's like loads of them.
Yo, they freaked me the hell out the first time I saw them.
They are crazy. They are nuts, man. They are nuts. They are
statue vibes.
Yeah, statue vibes. Right.
So yeah, with I guess so with PARKSPILL, like PARKSPILL, Park vibes, PARKSPILL,
PARKSPILL vibes,
PARKSPILL the event, yeah.
PARKSPILL vibes.
Cinematic
yeah,
vibes.
it was a bit of a shame. Like, what did you say?
Cinematic vibes.
Cinematic vibes.
Nice.
Great. But yeah, that's it really. I like the fact that they've got the flags around the park.
That looked really nice.
Yeah.
The flags look awesome, and that's what I'm thinking. Like I said it in my vlog as well. It's like Thorpe Park. I know you can say this about any park where it's a different park when it's sunny, but with Thorpe Park,
It really
I think
is.
it's like night and day. It's like if you're there on a gloomy,
absolutely.
horrible day, you're like, it's all right. But if you're
All
there
the
when it's
pop.
sun, everything just pops, and
Yeah,
it just feels like an island. It actually does. Like, you know,
To go back to we were talking about knots. Knots is the same.
is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that lake. I can imagine like just the crystal glisten off it, like just catching the sun.
In the sun, that park is gorgeous. That park is so gorgeous. When it's overcast and like maybe foggy, like, I mean, the park is still the park. It's still going to be good, but like, you know,
I like
to
a foggy
have the sun
theme park.
hitting down on like.
I was going to say,
in the overall
I prefer
atmosphere.
that.
Do like a foggy theme park.
I prefer
Like,
dark, miserable, wet.
But the thing is,
in October it's
alone.
nice.
honestly though,
Desolate.
if I go to Alton Towers or Blackpool and it rains a bit, I'm like not that fussed. I'm like whatever. Like I can still have like like it still feels like Blackpool, still feels like Towers. It doesn't take away. But if we go to Thorpe and it's like just a bit miserable, I just feel miserable.
It's got something about it.
Honestly,
It's just it just goes
I'm
from park.
opposite
It's
though,
from park
like-
to park, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you would rather at Thorpe Park, you would rather it be like all rainy than sunny.
Let me explain this. I don't do well in heat. and I like my caramel lattes, right? So if it gets a bit
He loves
dark and
the
miserable,
caramel
I'm
latte when it's cold.
I'm just chilling out with a Costa, mate. That's what I do.
Anyway, Coaster Dan agrees.
That's
we all agree.
That's all that
so-
matters.
That's all
Ask me if I
matters.
go on
my
extra earlier
point
as well,
is like when it's sunny, I feel
I know
like
what you mean.
park vibes will like come to life, and if you've got all that entertainment going on, I think the weekends, if you want to go to solely experience park vibes and you don't mind just getting on a couple of rides, go at the weekend because they have so much more on. We later found out all the different stuff they've got. So they've got BMX people doing like BMX tricks outside
Nice.
Saw. They've got graffiti artists on the weekend. They've got these football freestylers who will do football tricks.
Where are
They've
the
got
graffiti
dancers. They've got
Saw
break
alive.
dancers. The graffiti is, you know where the graffiti is?
No, that's what I said. Where is it?
So it's opposite Darren Brown's Ghost Train. You know, on that big blank wall that's been there for years at the back of like KFC.
Right.
So they've got scaffold on it, and they're going to be filling it up with graffiti. And I think obviously the graffiti is probably going to be there to stay because it's just a big ugly blank wall anyway. So that's going to be really cool. But yeah, so I think it's got potential to be very good.
I can't help but think that they like. I can see what they tried to do with the name, but I feel like they could have just come up with a better name to represent that. Like,
Do you think they missed the mark on this?
not on the entire event. I think the idea of the entire event will work well for Thorpe, especially
it is Thorpe's vibes.
like in terms of kind of just events going on at Thorpe. I like that they kind of elicit just like the idea of not to be taken too seriously, and I think that park vibes as well as Oktoberfest at Thorpe as well play into that really well, especially with the audios that they've got going in, and we'll touch on that in a sec.
Well, yeah, Coaster
like,
Dan's asked about
But
that. So.
yeah, but like I don't know, park vibes just seems a bit too generic. I feel like they.
To me, park vibes is just something you put on a t-shirt and sell it. That's it. That's all.
Yeah,
That's
I
what it's
even
there
think
for.
something like Thorpe Summer Vibes could have worked a bit better.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Am I?
Want a t-shirt?
I think it definitely works for Thorpe, and like you're right, like with the sun and stuff, it fits with Thorpe, and the whole feeling of it is Thorpe, innit? You know,
when I first heard it, I was like, that is terrible, and everyone was memeing it. And then when I was there, I was like, Park Vibe, like just like it was kind of just like as a joke, but it's become like it's become a thing.
It's become the identity of the
It's literally
we've done it again.
What happened with 13? Everyone's like, "Oh, this is rubbish," and then everyone's talking about it. Every single person's talking about it, and we'll talk about it.
And
for
I mean,
a long
like
time.
the creative team behind the event know that as well. Like like they know how people will talk about.
Social media was the market for Park Vibes. We've had
100%. It looks like it was.
I personally don't think that was on purpose. I think they've lent into it. Don't get me wrong. They've saw the reaction and they've lent into it and gone, okay.
If that is the case, then that's good as well.
Yeah,
like not to be taking themselves too seriously and just lean into the jokes.
Yeah, that's what you got to do, isn't it?
That's what parks have to do. That's what parks have to do.
And that's what some of the best social media, like, you know, we see these American parks, you know, like Kentucky Kingdom and places.
Oh, they're the best at it.
You know, they go along with it. Even Universal are like just brilliant, like with some of the quips, and they lean into what people are saying, and then it makes people like less critical. It's like that people will be critical and they'll just come back at it. But like self-deprecation humor is like what people want to see in a way.
Yeah.
But in terms of, so the music is probably for me the best thing of Park Vibes. So at 12 o'clock, very much like Oktoberfest and Fright Nights, they all change, and it's Nick Hudson brought on Archie, and they've worked together to do all the different soundtracks, and they honestly it's mad.
That's Arch Nemesis for anyone who doesn't.
Arch Nemesis, part of the Silkstone gang, very talented, and it just works so well. So you've got like Detonator, he's on Detonator, so honestly everyone knows you can hear Detonator around the entire park, so it's just mad hearing that. It's just like a thing about a mic drop, so it's like 3, 2, 1 mic drop, and then you fall. So that was really funny.
I can't wait to see all this.
You got Rumba Rapids, where he's done like a proper rap, and it's using a sample of the original, like the old school Rumba Rapids song, which is really cool to hear as well.
Getting fishy with it.
And getting fishy with it for flying fish.
I saw someone say on Twitter about it was like, it sounded like a nice little spin on the original Rumba Rapids theme song. Where I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
Well, they've used the actual sample from it, so it is like a remix of it basically. So they've remixed it, and then Arch is rapping on top of it. And it's just funny because you go. And Rumba Rapids. So they've put like a little thing over the top of it to say rap in, you know, emphasis. Rumba Rapids, and it's like it's a bit cheesy, but that's what's fun about it. And when I was in the queue line, like honestly, there was loads of people like dancing to it and stuff, and like there's this big group of like teenage girls, and they're all just like proper bopping for it. And it's just like that's what I thought. That's what they've gone for, and it's doing its job. And it's just weird going around on the rapids and hearing Archie telling you to sit down, please remain seated.
I really like that about just, you know, talented people in our community getting these opportunities to work with parks and produce content for parks, like
achieving the dreams, man. It's massive.
There's been like I've noticed there's been a bit of a mixed bag of comments in reaction to the product that's actually been like presented. And I mean that's like that can be that can be the case with anything. Like you're gonna have some people that like it, some people that don't like it in it. But just the simple fact of people in our community who we interact with and stuff, who are talented and do things within the community that they love, getting these opportunities to be recognized by the parks that we love going to, and then having the chance to work with these parks and produce content directly for the parks. Yeah, that's an awesome thing. That in itself is awesome.
Yeah,
I think.
And then at the end of the day, like it's a win-win for the parks, because like, for example, me working in the parks, it's going back into Merlin's pocket. Like, do you know what I mean? Sooner or later, like it's not like it's and I think we just bring a whole load of passion to it rather than just being some marketing company down London who they're just none of them maybe been to Thorpe Park twice in life, or Towers a couple of times. And they're just there, and they just don't have the same perspective that we have. And it's not saying like, oh, you've got to be an enthusiast, because also you got to be able to think about like the general public as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It's you got to aim the marketing more towards them as well. So when you see like the Park Vibes video that Kieran did, like that's not aimed at enthusiasts, it's aimed at their target market. So you still got to be able to do that, but you'll just have more passion and you'll push yourself more to get like, you know, a better video, song, whatever it is, with it. And yeah, I mean, we'll come on to the Swarm music in a second because the whole area music's been changed, so I wanted to talk quickly about that. But just to finish off Park Vibes, the rest of it was, so Stealth has been changed, which is cool. My favorite is Inferno. It, like, you just gotta go listen to that for yourself because it's heavy, mate. It's really heavy. It works really well inside that station.
Nice.
And I think that's it. And then this at the turnstiles, you hear Jack Silkstone welcome you into the park when you scan your ticket, which is funny. And yeah, I think that's it. So, but yeah, I think I'm reserving judgment. Like I say, it was a very wet day when I went. You know, I wasn't exactly that impressed with all the entertainment that was on. The stuff we saw was cool, but it was like I was expecting opening day of Park Vibes. They're going to just, you know, even if it's not like that in the week normally, they're going to go all out and show us what they've got to offer. But yeah, there was just not much. And it's the same kind of thing the criticism Mardi Gras was getting, where they was going, we're going there, but we can't see anything. But I just thought Park being a smaller park, you would see everything because it's just you can hear everything. It's a small park. Like it's not like Towers where you walk, it takes ages to get to one other area to see one of the crews dancing from Mardi Gras. But it should be roaming actors everywhere. Like Fright Nights, we went there in the week. They were everywhere, literally everywhere you went. There was either scarecrows, there's just people walking around. Festival was full. And that's something I'd probably like to see with Mardi Gras more, is like making use of the Darren Brown Plaza in the middle. It's a good central hub to have.
Yeah, it's big. Huge
and you always know that you're going to see something there, especially for Fright Nights. So if they're going to do that with Parks Vibes, where it's just like this, or if you want to go see something, there's something there to do, I think that would be a lot better. But like all these events, like they're gonna learn, and then they'll be like, okay, this works better, that doesn't work better.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting to see how both Towers and Thorpe, like the 2021 versions of Oktoberfest, and see how they've learned from last year.
I think it's going to be massive. I think both of them. I think they're going to be so much bigger, and I hope that Alton Towers are going to.
You think the Steins are going to be bigger?
I don't think they will, mate.
That'd be good. Can you imagine?
I don't think they should be either.
Messy vibes.
Dangerous vibes.
Pleasure Beach with proper Steins.
This is big enough. They don't need to be bigger than this.
Because you nearly drank it. It's not that big. You've only been on for... Well, we've been on for 5. Wow, we've been on for 40 minutes.
Wow, yeah, that went quite quick. So yeah, the Swarm, new area.
Yes, the Swarm.
So obviously it's all been redone, the actual area. So this is the thing that people need to understand is the Swarm's theme has always been like You and Me at 6. It's always been that, right? So this isn't like a new coaster theme song. It's area soundtracks and just audio stuff. And what they've done is made like WTTP radio for Amity. They've done that for Swarm, so it's like you're listening to like a radio station, and they're doing interviews with people, and it tells you more about the story of
which I
Swarm.
really like, because it's always needed that. Yes, the You Me at 6 song like has a lot of lyrics tied into the Swarm and the story about it, but it's lacked the narrative inside the park itself. Like you've always had the news reports when the TVs were working and stuff, but as soon as the screen stopped working, you kind of lost the event that it's actually happening now. As soon as you hit that island, the event is happening, the swarm is coming, the aliens are coming, the invasion, you know, and now they're like, shelter in the church.
Yeah,
That's where you
take
need
shelter
to go.
in the church.
And
Go
that,
into the church.
Yeah.
just that line has made
Yeah.
that area make
Just like, yeah.
so much
Because you
more
look
freaking
I agree,
over
sense.
I
and
agree.
you see
Yeah.
a queue into
Oh,
the church.
they're trying
And
to
you're
get
like,
in there.
oh, that's
It
why
makes
everyone's
sense,
queuing
doesn't
up
it?
for the church.
Makes-
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Can you
I
imagine
just-
like Fright Nights are gonna have like do you know like when you see in like movies when people are trying to like get to like a spaceship that's gonna leave Earth because Earth's about to
Yeah.
be destroyed? You're gonna be like have all that kind of vibe going on with it, like you know, you get in line, you know, don't stray out
That'd
of
be
the
cool.
line and stuff like that, and then like bollards up and stuff. That'd be so cool. If they did
Yeah,
that.
like it is
Yeah.
cool. Like
And
one
they
of my
choose you. They
favorite.
choose you out of the line and pull you through to the queue. Like that'd be so cool.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if they
There's
could do
actors
that.
throughout
Yeah.
the queue. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, at Festival last year, Fight Nights, like that, having the actors just roaming around the area. You had all these
looks
people
so-
like,
I was so
the
gutted I couldn't get down there for
protesters.
Fright Nights. I really
yeah,
was.
it was
Yeah,
cool, man.
same.
It added a whole new thing to it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to this year.
But with this new kind of soundtrack this new soundtrack audio, I don't know what you'd call it, but area audio, they've really added a lot, and they've got
like the area
like now and
sounds,
again
yeah.
you'll hear like noises of like the aliens over the kind of tannoys, which
Ha!
is
Just like they're listening in. Oh, we know what you just said.
it's just like you just,
We actually-
literally, you'll just hear
that
like,
church ain't safe. Yeah, that church
Like
ain't
that.
safe. Don't go there.
What you mean it's boring?
I tell you what, right? Don't go there.
I'm not being funny, right? But
Don't go alone.
it's mad, but
does sound
the
really
phone
good.
box as well. They've put a lot of little things in there where I think the biggest criticism I saw on Twitter was like, why have they put "Call Me Maybe" in there? I'm like, but people don't realise that it's just in the phone box and it's for like
Yeah.
a second,
Yeah.
and it's like you hear the phone ring, and then now and again it will just like
It
come in.
signals interfering with
Yeah.
each other, right?
Yeah, and it'll be
And
like,
call me maybe. Yeah.
oh, that's
And it goes off.
It's a freaking phone box.
Yeah.
That's
You
dope.
make calls in a phone
I could care less
box.
about that song, but that's cool.
It's
That's
just
cool.
funny. It's just like a little bit of a like,
yeah,
you know,
it's
Whoever
fun.
came down
It's
here needs
fun.
pay rise.
It's
Yeah.
fun. There's all this chaos going on, and it's just a little bit of fun, just
Yeah.
thrown in there.
Yeah,
And it's
guys,
just-
things can be fun, all right?
yeah, we can have a bit of fun.
They can.
So yeah, that I was really impressed with the whole audio of the area, and they've got different songs in there. So the Zombie by Cranberries, like that's a cool song I love, and hearing that in the Swarm area was just awesome. And
Yeah,
it just
nice.
plays for a little bit, and I don't know what all the other songs on there playing yet, but yeah, I approve
It's
of it.
just so good for Thorpe to do something with the Swarm after its really turbulent start that it had at the park, with
Yeah.
everything that went on with the recession, the Olympics, all the excuses in the
Olympics, yeah.
world why a B&M
Yeah.
Wing Coaster didn't work for the park. And now it's like, well, actually, you know, this thing gets like a 75-minute queue every day, unless, you know, and if it's peak time, it's like 90 minutes, like all the time. People love the Swarm. And a lot of
Yeah.
people come away from Thorpe and, you know, after 2012, they're like, yeah, this is a sick ride. For me, it was my like top ride for a long time. I just really enjoy the Swan. I love it. It's like the heavy metal, like it's like the heavy metal section in HMV. If like Thorpe was like HMV, like the Swarm is like the metal tracks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm
It's all like
obviously
proper.
not into. I'm
Yeah.
obviously not into heavy metal like that, but like that Yumi at 6 tune.
But it needs to be
Yeah,
represented.
it's-
It needs to be
it's good.
represented in a
Yeah.
like
park.
it
and the way
it
does
works
it.
well with that. With
Yeah,
that.
it's all
You've got the
army,
horror
it's all-
section.
yeah, it's
You
like
got the comedy
guns.
section with Colossus.
Yeah.
It's good ride, man. It's a good ride.
Now just
like
fix
it.
the restraints. What? Who said that?
Flamingo
anyway,
Land, where's your coaster?
Call me maybe.
Flamingo Land, where are you?
Coaster Dan said, "Do you think they'll do anything with what I think is
Black
Black
Mirror.
Mirror?"
Black
Yeah.
Mirror,
Black
yeah.
Mirror, yeah. I
No.
thought I took it as that.
I was
They've
thinking
got-
Black
they've
Mamba.
got it, man.
I was like,
It'll be so
I
easy
was like,
to do, though, wouldn't it?
Nah, I don't think they will.
Do it. Let's do it.
I don't think they will.
I think they should. Like, they definitely
They
should.
should.
Whether or not they will, but I think the problem is, I think we're going to have upcharges again for the mazes, which I'm not against. I'm sorry, like I'm not
Yeah.
against
Neither
it.
am
I
I.
think
You got to pay the
it
actors.
sorts the. I know everyone's so used to like having free mazes that they can just do it all the time, but like having paid mazes, obviously last year was a bad example because they didn't have as many mazes, so they got
It
massive
makes
queues.
them better.
But if you had as many mazes as you used to have, and you had a little upcharge like towers have always done it, there's less queues, and it's just like I don't want to be spending 2 hours,
and it's
2-3 hours
queuing as well. So it's all done properly.
Queuing for a scare maze. Like I don't want to be doing that. Like I've never had to queue that far for like an Alton Towers.
Yeah,
maze.
I'd rather get my book, because like when we did Darren Brown and Black Mirror, we had time slots, and that was really cool. Like going to the area at that time, like, all right, yeah, let's go to that area. And so if like it's at Fright Nights, you know, when you go Creek Freak or whatever, like now I'm going into Creek Freak from this time till this time, but I've got this time throughout the day to do other stuff. You're not having to queue like 3 hours for a scare maze in one area.
But definitely upcharge it and make it awesome. Make it phenomenal.
Make it all inside. Like get rid of the outdoor mazes, because I just don't think they're strong enough. Like Thought they've done good. They do good indoor mazes, but when it comes to outdoor mazes, I just don't think they're just not. They're not.
There's only
great.
so many shipping crates in Surrey they can get, mate.
There's only so many garden centres you can go through.
I think Alton Towers. I thought Toxic Junkyard did it well, but they've got that big space to utilise. I just don't know if Thorpe have. The spaces they use are just not that great. Where it's like up against like Monk's Walk and stuff. Like to me, I'm just like I know where I am. Like
don't wear white trainers. Because don't wear white trainers. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you probably don't want to do that.
Creek Freak Massacre was a turning point, like Lucas said. It was, they need to be that level, and it's just a shame that because Towers can do it. Like last year, I thought all Towers mazes were like consistently just good. Like there's none like that. There was none like I went into and just thought that was just poor.
Yeah,
and so we know Thorpe can do it. I just hope that they. Well, this is the thing now. Like they're gonna have. Now that Merlin aren't like a public company, hopefully they're going to have the budget. Like they have the budget to spend more on the mazes, and that's all they need, and it will be amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Just going back to Creek Freak though, that maze was designed.
This isn't going private if they didn't.
That maze was designed so you can do certain things. It was built so it could do certain things. We've all seen the behind the scenes on Jack's channel on how they like separate people down, that slide and all that stuff. So it's like if they built more of these with purpose mazes instead of just shipping crates with direction that you can just go forward or you can go sideways. If you can have like splitting off areas, areas for the actors to actually hiding and then getting around the maze. If they did that in a purpose-built situation, what they could do with imagine if they had like a massive space. There's a huge space for mazes. They could do, because they're so clever, they could do so much with that. And I think that's what they need to do.
Thorpe just needs to go massive with Friday Nights. It literally could be the UK's Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, exactly.
The one park where
they Blackpool as well. That's how they established it in the UK. Like they started getting it. Like they were the first to really go full head with it.
Hey, Marcus.
Even though I love Scarefest, and it will probably always just because I love. Okay, I'm an Alton Towers fanboy, so I love just being at Alton Towers at Halloween. But they've got that. They can make it into Halloween Horror Nights, which is a different vibe to Scarefest. But they can go all out on it, and I just love to see that because last year the entertainment at Thorpe was like the best entertainment I've ever seen at a theme park, just like Festival Arena, the Amityville, Lycanthorpe and stuff. Like it was just done so well. For me, the only thing that let it down was the mazes, because like Roots, for example, for anyone who did Roots, that had an amazing pre-show, and you had like code names and stuff. You had to give someone a code name and think of a little secret message. But then the rest kind of let it down for me. But I'm hoping this year. Let's hope that it's gonna just blow everything out of the water. That's what I want it to succeed.
Yeah, massively.
They've got so much more space they can use, though. They could even go out to the front of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, quite easily. Right.
Well, I'm just going to take a break. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
no worries. Back after this commercial break.
Yeah, so I'll just take this time just to say thank you to everybody who's watching. If you are watching this on playback and on Spotify, do subscribe to the channel and make sure you follow everyone in the link in the video description. They're all there. Just a quick one. I'll take this opportunity just to little plug for CoasterGen themselves.
Yeah,
We are launching our brand new website on July the 1st. We're launching our brand new Teespring merch as well. 5 lines of new merch is coming out on July the 1st. So get hyped for that. There's going to be a discount code as well for 10% off in the first 48 hours. So make sure you check that out as well. That'll be out on the Twitter. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and all my social media in the link in the video description below. And yeah, it's going to be great. Honestly, got some great stuff coming up. I've just got an awesome new lens. Cheers, man. Appreciate that. I've spent a lot of time doing it. I've just bought a new lens as well for my camera, so the footage is about to get.
That looks good too.
So much better.
Amazing.
That looks good too.
Yeah, man. Like honestly,
there's so much going on at the minute.
Good. Yeah, it's crazy.
Showed us one picture that he took of it, and just like some footage, and I was just like,
it's just me mum watering the plants.
Yeah, literally.
I was like, what?
I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, I just literally need to get to towers. Like,
I see the levels you're trying to set over here.
I see every water drop.
As soon as there's no clouds in that sky and it's pure blue from 5 a.m., I am riding to towers, and I'm like, that's it, getting it done. Like the amount of stuff that's coming up, and yeah, we've got some awesome reviews as well written by Tyler.
Nice.
She's done a Mardi Gras review, which is awesome, and the Smiler review, which will be on the website from launch. So yeah, make sure you get ready to check that out. Sean, welcome back.
Hello.
Back to the room.
I'm back.
That concludes the commercial break.
Got my beer.
It's like YouTube ads, isn't it?
So you wanted to discuss the Brighton Pier situation that just happened, right?
Oh my god, it's so like it's not funny if this happened.
I didn't know this, right? So we didn't know this going into this podcast, but Sean like informed us about it, and I was just like, how has this happened?
We
so
know
you want
the
to tell
why.
everyone what's happened.
We want to know the how.
So basically, Brighton Pier were charging everyone per ride. Something happened, and instead of getting charged the correct amount of money per ride, they were charged actually what the date was. So it was 21st of April. So they got charged £2,104 per ride, and they only realised like the other day when it finally went out of their accounts, and it happened to like hundreds of people.
Jesus.
Curious
Yeah.
why that would get. Well,
could you imagine that if you went on a few rides? It was per ride as well, like, and there's charging £2,104 per ride.
Yeah,
Obviously they've
Aaron
had
made
it
a
all.
good point.
Talk about the timing of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They literally just spent
That's
$5
what-
million
that's what
on a
makes
theme
it-
park.
That's what makes
That's
it
what I
really
want to
funny.
know.
That's what makes it really funny.
That's where they got the $5 million from like what?
I wonder why this happened. I wonder why.
But I just thought that was like they've all been given their money back, obviously.
Yeah,
well, I
that's
hope
good.
so anyway.
Yeah.
In this article, they said they had. But
That's
it was just
crazy.
like.
Can you imagine if you got fast track at Towers and they charged
That's
you for
my
the
year.
day?
But
That's
do you
my
think
yearly like wage, mate. I'd be like,
Do you think like
the
the
pizzas for a while.
do you think like the interest that they got off that for like probably got a good chunk of like waterfall?
That's the interest of that. Hold it for a couple of days. Hold it until we get mobs outside.
Yeah, just
Release
hold it.
Yeah.
Release.
Interest on
Release the
millions.
hounds. No, it's honestly that is
That's
great.
so funny.
Imagine if you went into like Coral Island and you
Oh,
you went on the
man.
Ferris wheel at Blackpool. Like it's literally the same thing. It's just insane.
That's an
like
expensive ride.
that is like really expensive. I thought $10 was enough for that ride in Santa Monica Pier, but that is just like that is expensive.
I've heard Brighton's expensive, into that's why. Inflation, mate.
Yeah, but I mean, there's inflation and there's taking the piss. That's just ridiculous.
Taking the piss.
Yes, legit.
That's gentrification for you.
I don't know. They like COVID's a hell of a disease, bro. The inflation rate's been through the roof the past like year and a bit.
Yeah, the price of that paper for that ticket for that ride, man, it's gone up through the roof.
I'm still convinced they're just gonna get the Ultimates tracks and just like redo
Repair the pier with it.
wood.
Yeah.
What are they
Extend
going to
the
do?
pier.
No,
with
all
it.
The
they're going to do
ultimate
is
pier.
they're going to cut it. They're going to cut it into little chunks and then start selling ultimate wood, mate, and everyone's going to buy it. So that's the way this works.
Of course they are.
I mean,
man, it's the thing
they'll
is
probably
they
make enough money off that.
Thuzies are Thuzies.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ultimate.
That's the thing.
Ultimate.
I've never ridden it, but I'd buy it. I'd definitely buy some.
You see, it's at work already.
See? Sean's bought 2 already, mate.
If you bought every bit of wood, it'd be like a jigsaw.
Just
Wouldn't
put
it?
it back together.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Yeah. I mean, man, imagine. You need a bloody big field. Like,
Yeah, you literally would.
You could accommodate us, though. You know places.
National Rail, are you there? Remember this project? Can you finish it off for me again?
The head of Brighton.
Can you imagine how many? Can you imagine how many calls like Thuzies have gotten from how many calls National Rail have gotten from Thuzies just about the old?
Yeah.
We should get them on.
Man. It's amazing. We should, yeah.
Not even
Well,
National
Thuzies
Rail, British
delicious.
Rail, even
Oh,
British Rail.
Yeah.
British
yeah.
Rail. The
that
head
is
of
funny.
Brighton peer group,
That is funny.
they were asked about what you plan to do with the ultimate, and
Yeah, they were.
what they said was
What's that?
what he said was he was like, it's definitely a very interesting ride, and we'll look into it. And to me that doesn't sound great, if I'm honest.
They said they're exploring all the options, so obviously
They said it's a very
unique.
unique ride or something.
I'm
like
so
that.
sorry if I just gave him another option.
They're
Yeah, they're watching this right now. So if you're there,
I'll take
yourself.
my cut.
Oh,
Comment in the chat.
yeah, comment in the chat. Prank crew. Yeah, nah, but when someone says that they realise the iconic statue of the ride, what it stands for within the community and stuff. It's like, yeah, it's going. It's not.
I don't think they said that. Did they say that?
Yeah,
It's like,
they
that's
said,
what I
they
was,
said like,
yeah.
I read it on RITA, I think it was, on their website
Yeah.
after they broke the news through the interview, and they said that they were aware of its iconic status within the community. And
To be honest, I read that article. They kind of sounded optimistic about it.
they
like,
did at
about-
first,
I
but
didn't
then
take
they
it.
like
About doing what they can.
This
to,
whole
you know,
conversation's a roller coaster, mate. Honestly, and like ups and downs.
it's never been said before. On this.
But,
if they close
obviously-
it, if they don't give us an opportunity to like at least have like a last ride on it,
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a sledge and I'm just riding it myself, man. Like I'm just doing it.
No.
And we should
What
all
you-
just
what
do
you
it.
got-
We
what
should
you
all
gotta do
take.
is-
We should
what
just
you gotta
take
do-
sledges.
Mikhail,
Potatoes
we
salad.
probably operate.
What you gotta do? What you gotta
Mikhail
do?
probably
You remember?
operate.
You remember that person who just rode skis down the big one? Do that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna go with some roller skates, mate. And Luke's gonna film me.
Oh my god! Could you imagine?
That was like some GTA shit. That is just
not road skis. It was a Formula One car.
Yeah,
Someone
what?
rode
How can you get
skis
skis
down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was,
mate,
I was
it's-
confused. I was confusing that with.
F1.
I was confusing that with. Someone
Did you see
rode
that thing
skis down.
shake?
That looked dead.
Someone
awesome,
rode
Did
skis
you
didn't
down
it?
a
see
Ford
that
one
thing
car.
shake when
Yeah,
it went down that drop? Oh my
Wow.
god, nah.
But mate, it's cinematic time. That's what that.
That was crazy. That I can't believe they did that. Honestly,
Could you imagine skis down that first trot?
Oh,
like
God.
That? Just, you'd be dead.
you'll be able to spread your legs wide enough.
Yeah, you'd be done.
You can't even stand on the catwalk properly.
Why did that not sink into my head?
I don't
when you said
know.
that, Aaron? I don't know. I was like, yeah.
I said it, and then a couple
think it's
seconds
just
later, I
about
was just
to
like,
do
"Wait a
what
minute,
he was
that's
on
not
about."
what happened."
I was
No.
like, nah, that's not a thing, man.
No. What
That's not a
is
thing.
a ride on the big one with skis? Coasterbot's next video. What would it be like, Harry? What are the stats for? How
Yeah.
long would it have to be?
of all the episodes for Harry to not be here.
Yeah.
I know, right? That is a stat we all need. I loved that stat video, by the way, from Towers. That was really cool about the operations and stuff.
That's so
yeah,
interesting,
the,
wasn't it? 'Cause,
the,
like,
the throughput of each ride, that was cool.
I've
yeah.
seen
was deep.
I've seen like Tyler do his, but
Yeah, but that was like off the cuff.
yeah,
like,
Coasterbots was like so much more like
Yeah.
it
Well,
just
now,
seemed,
like
you can
the-
tell he's a data
Yeah.
analyst, can't you? Like
Oh,
he
yeah.
knows what he's looking for, and
smart guy.
yeah, it was
I thought-
really well done.
I thought the series that Tyler's done, Taylor. even-
Taylor, I always call him
So
Tyler,
sorry
Taylor.
if you ever hear this, Taylor. I apologize sincerely for that.
Mm.
But, yeah, like I've said, like the ones that he's done look well done as well. But the thing is, what separates the ones that Harry's done is the fact that it does a rolling average of like
Yeah.
10 dispatch.
You found out how bad Intamin lied about their throughput.
But it also makes you appreciate Towers operations
Yeah,
really.
for
But
sure.
it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
you say, it's like you need to compare it across the board of different parks. But
I'm looking forward to
like,
when he does.
considering like that, you know, they're sometimes exceeding the average.
Well, like
what it
that's
should
one
be.
that's one of the main things that stuck out to me of the recent Towers visits I've taken over the past, you know, like 10 to 12 months now. Like just how consistent their operations have been. Like on their major coasters, I've just
Yeah.
been like it was one of the first things I noticed last year. Obviously they want the operations on Wickerman to be good, but just like Wickerman, obviously Nemesis is good, but Nemesis as well, and then Smiler, and it's like, yo, they're doing their job, and the crews are
Yeah.
doing their job and doing it well.
Yeah,
Honestly, the guys, even when they change over, no matter who it is, on Wickerman are just the best
Yeah,
I've ever
man.
seen on Park. Like some of the things they do shout outs all the time. They're just absolutely fun, you know.
I feel like all the staff at Towers, especially, like they're all happy like to be there. Like even though you must imagine it being like a stressful job
Yeah.
and having to deal with annoying people, but like they just seem like they're always just like not annoying. You know, when you sometimes you go to parks and it's like you're shouted to do something, and it's like, don't get me wrong, I understand, like I just do it. I'm not going to be like, oh, you're an idiot. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm just like, you just like do as you're told. But I just feel like with Towers a lot of the time it's just a good vibe there, in terms of the staff working there and
Good
stuff.
vibes.
Good vibes.
Good vibes.
Towers
All right.
vibes.
Should we carry on with the sort of like news bits that we have?
Go for it,
You
man.
you meant to do this effortlessly, bro.
Yeah.
No, you're not meant to
so
give away the
awkward,
behind the
Mikhile.
scenes.
Ah,
You're doing
Speaking of
it's
France,
natural, bro.
Speaking of France,
So speaking of
Yeah,
park
go on.
vibes,
Yeah, go on,
park asterisk.
Ashton.
nice.
Asterix vibes.
Asterix vibes. Yeah.
Effortless, mate.
So, yeah. So like I saw this earlier today. Park Asterix. A few well, some information about some of the new attractions and just, you know, reworkings of of an attraction were leaked around today. So Tonnerre de Zeus, for anyone that's not familiar, the CCI wooden coaster over at Park Asterix is getting a retracking from Gravity Group, the wooden coaster manufacturer. That's going to be
CCI, right? It's a CCI.
Yeah, it's originally a CCI roller coaster. Pardon me. It's getting a retracking from Gravity Group. It's going to be reopening next year, 2022, and the layout is getting modified a little bit, but it's taking the same sort of like general path. I think it does a 540 helix at one point in the 540 degree helix at one point in the layout, and that's getting taken out, and there are some just turns and hills that are getting reprofiled.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a 90-degree turn, or, you know, like a 90-degree hill somewhere in the layout as well. And then they're also putting Timberliner trains on it.
That's exciting.
Yeah, like I feel like the Timberliner trains have kind of gotten mixed reviews from people over the time that they've been in operation.
I love them.
Yeah. You mentioned off air that you loved them, didn't you?
I've only done one, so I've only experienced one, which was Mind Blower at Fun Spark Kissimmee.
Yeah.
But I thought they were just really comfortable, and even though they look like, I remember when I first saw them, I was like, oh, it looks like X car style. Like, oh, is this gonna just like keep crushing my ribs as it goes around?
Yeah.
But I didn't really have that problem with him, and I don't know, like it's a nice design and kind of lap design in a way. I mean, it's
a weird one. So I've done Kentucky Flyer at Kentucky Kingdom. That's the one Timberliner Gravity Group wooden coaster that I've done, and I just thought it was a bit weird because the way that the restraint is set up, like it comes like across you like that. It doesn't just come down like that. It comes from one side and comes over like that. So it kind of comes down further on your lap on one side than it does another. And I thought that was a bit weird. That it was just a bit odd. But like during the ride, I didn't really notice it that much. And like the seat's as comfy as it needs to be. Like it's not like my favorite wooden coaster train or anything like that, but like it is. I kind of think I need to try more of them to get more like a concrete opinion on them. But
same, yeah. I
like
think Millennium Flyers are my favorite
same
wooden,
definitely.
Which is obviously, for those who don't know, it's like GCI's favorite go-to. Wickerman have them.
Yeah.
They're just so comfy. Like they just don't. I mean, for me anyway, I've never had an issue with them. I remember when we did. You compare it to like like when we went and did Untamed over at Wallaby. Like I didn't have problems with them, but then she got bruises on her legs from the restraints.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
From the shin guards.
From the
actual restraints.
From the on her thighs, basically.
Oh really?
Like they like, even though like it wasn't, the first one was okay, but then it's like when we started doing re-rides, it started to like, she started to feel it. So it's that sort of thing where everyone's got different body types. You don't.
To be fair, they do pinch you a bit.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a problem with them personally, but like RMC restraints aren't restraints that you can like provide yourself with a bit of room on.
No.
Really.
No. But maybe that's just like the way they have to design them, just because of how much it just like throws you and spins you around.
Nature of those elements.
But then it's like you compare that to these Timberliner trainers, and when I did Fun Spark, that's a hybrid, has inversion. They were really, really comfortable. So more so for me. But anyway, just carry on, mate.
What I like about this layout that I'm looking at now is it's the phase 1 is the drop, phase 2 is the turnaround and the 90-degree bank. So it's literally going to do a little bunny hop into a 90-degree, which is going to be insane.
That's
and then you're going to come back round similar to a Wickerman turnaround, and then into phase 2, the end of phase 2, which is the reprofiling of a turnaround. By the looks of it, that's what I'm looking at on my other screen right here. And then there's a few airtime elements that have been added to it. It looks like a really fun little layout.
It does. Like it looks like it looks like they're adding really interesting kind of airtime moments into the area.
Crisscrossing as well. Crisscrossing of the track. There's a lot.
Yeah. Like there's a few off-axis airtime hills in there and airtime moments. I'm just in two minds about it because I really wish I could have gotten to try the original Tonnerre de Zeus as the CCI coaster that it is, because it looked so good. I've never been to Park Asterix. I haven't gotten the chance to get over there yet. It is a park that I really wish I could have gotten over there to check out sooner, because it looks like a great park, and the original Tonnerre de Zeus looked awesome. As far as CCI wooden coasters go, it looked so good. It looked really, really good. So
it's interesting that
this is probably going to be a good thing for it though.
Sure. I'm actually pretty excited about trying that airtime hill into the 90-degree bank into the turnaround back. That just feels like such a nice element. I wonder
why. Like, have Gravity Group ever done this with a CCI before? Is this the first time they've done it?
I don't know,
because it's normally GCI, because obviously they're linked with CCI.
I don't think so.
Like it's normally that they're GCI.
They will have done Hades at Mount Olympus. I don't know if
Lucas.
Lucas just put Hades.
He's on it straight away.
Yeah,
Hades.
I'm not entirely sure if that was a CCI before Gravity Group added the role, or if it was just Gravity Group from the start. But yeah, Gravity Group came in. What was the 0G role used to be an airtime hill on Hades, but they came in, retracked that, reprofiled it, made it a 0G roll, and put Timberliners on it and then Mount Olympus remarketed it as Hades 360 as well.
Right.
So that's the only one I can think of.
no.
Right. Well, speaking of hybrids, let's. Should we talk about fun spots?
Layout.
Oh no, we need to talk about the Blitz as well, right?
Before we do, Luca just put in the chat as well. Been holding off on asterisks for the Blitz. Some information leaked about the Intamin Blitz that's going to Park Asterix in 2023 as well. Just some leaked concept art of what I think is the entrance and the station as well. I think the theme of Totatis, I think, it might be the correct pronunciation of the name that's been given for it. Let me know if that's wrong or not. But,
I don't know.
Yeah, the theme of it is closely linked. I won't try and describe. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I won't try and describe it. But it's supposed to be closely linked with, the historical comics that, like the Asterix comics.
Asterix.
So
Yeah.
So it's gonna fit in perfectly with everything else that goes into that park, and just the concept art that we have here. I wish we could show it, but like the station looks really interesting.
Mate, it looks like if it looks like what's them concept art, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
We know
really,
concept art.
Really well themed, really authentic looking.
We
I
all
hope
it
could
with concept art though, right?
Yeah.
Krampus. Oh wait.
Krampus. Everything.
I feel like I've got a bit of faith in Park Asterix though. They're not they're not.
They're not
the
like
park
other
looks
parks.
like a nice park in itself.
Yeah.
And they're putting in this significant investment that obviously, surely they won't cheapen out on it. It all depends, because all this was announced before Corona, wasn't it? So it was like, will that affect their budget? Maybe, but I just feel like, the park aren't paying this for that. They're going to have people investing money to build these rides, so they may as well just find some extra money to go the extra mile and get like the theming up to like scratch.
I think maybe that's why, because I think so. Tutati, I think.
Tutati.
Yeah, half Northern. Laura has just put in the chat. She thinks that it might be pronounced like that. I mean, like, who knows? It was Tutati. The information we have here is it's supposed to be debuting in 2023. I think it's been pushed back like a year or two. So because of Corona and just like the circumstances and effects of that has just pushed, like they may have taken the decision to just push it back. So they can secure the money that they have for that budget to put into, the level of execution on the theming and stuff like that, but it's just going to take a little longer, which is fine. I'd rather it take a little longer rather than just give a half-assed product, right?
Absolutely.
But hopefully it's gonna come out as effective and authentic looking as it does on the concept art. And if Conda at Wallaby Belgium is anything to go by as well, like we make the joke about Krampus from concept art to finished product. There's evidence on the other side of attractions staying, on that track of sticking to the concept art in Conda as well. Conda looks like pretty much exactly as the concept art, how the idea in the concept art was intended. So hopefully,
which is rare.
It is rare, but hopefully,
but it does happen.
Hopefully, this verges on that side as well.
Yeah, hopefully.
I was just going to mention as well. Emma's reminded me. I was going to do it towards the end of the show, but may as well. It's come up in the chat now. But obviously, the show we did with the Merlin Mavericks Break Room Bar, out of that podcast was born Heartline Rollers, which has been set up by Emma from Top Field Tourists, Joe from PARKSPILL, my Joe. We've got Emily, from which is Tats and Coasters, and is also part of Merlin Mavericks. Tyler, the same, from Merlin Mavericks, and also we have Heather as well. And they've created this group that you can join on Facebook if you are a female identifying person, and you're kind of either new to the community or even just in the community. And it's kind of meant to be a place that is kind of confidential, somewhere to like share experiences, and just like if you're a little bit nervous, more of like a kind of a safe space. That's, I think it's been needed for a while, 100%. Especially if you're new, and you're thinking it's a good thing. Obviously they will explain it better than we can, so I'll drop a link in the chat. I think I'm allowed to do that, aren't I?
Yeah, it's fine. I was going to I was literally going to ask Emma to do it then. And what I will do as well, guys, if you are listening to this on playback, there will be a link in the video description by the time you listen to this back. So just follow the links in the video description. It'll take you to the group on Facebook. And the people who are running this group are the nicest people in the world.
Oh, they're awesome.
100% agree.
So awesome.
They really are awesome. So honestly, you've not got better people to do this in the community.
I can't remember. Like I saw that pop up on Twitter, and just it was just the most incredible feeling just to see that, like to know that we had such a good such a really good conversation about it on our pod, to know that they mobilized on that idea.
It's one of the proudest things I am proud of with the CoasterGen Show. Like,
not to say that we're taking credit for it at all, but
typical men.
For it to like, it's just like it was a proud moment for everyone to start talking about.
It was good. To be part of that conversation, even if it was like the initial thing, and to be like, to see it happen right there was so cool, and then see it finally
literally
come to fruition
straight away.
It was definitely a nice feeling.
It couldn't have been a greater set of people to
absolutely not.
birth it and get it going as well.
And like I was saying, they're all so genuine and down to earth as well.
Sure.
So it's awesome. Yeah,
it's one of the things where they've especially said as well, it's not about like cancel culture and trying to be like a witch hunt, like who shall we try and like fight. It's nothing to do with that. It's just a place that if people have any issues that's going on inside the community, or something they've experienced, or just something like that, or they're just unsure about like certain things or certain people, or they just want advice, maybe just for getting into the coast community. It's just a nice option to have. You've got this group that is going to just feel safe, and you're not going to get judged or anything like that, and that's what it's set up to do. That's
what it's about.
And they're the type of people who are should be running that type of thing, in my opinion. So good luck.
Yes,
definitely
good luck with that.
Yes,
all the best.
It's going to be good.
Good vibes.
Great
good
vibes.
I hate you so much.
No, you love to hate me. There's a reason.
Should we move forward?
Obviously got our full support. We'll share everything that you put forward on your platforms in your Facebook group. We're obviously sharing it about like everywhere we can and everything.
100%.
Definitely.
Cool. So
go ahead.
Is that it for Asterix?
Yeah.
So fun. Oh no, we talked about Fun Spot. Efteling, we've got some news from Efteling, which is they obviously a couple of weeks ago shared the news that they're expanding the park.
We haven't touched on Fun Spot.
Yeah, we haven't. But go ahead.
No, we do, because I was talking about it in the head, so we need to talk about Fun Spot. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. Yeah.
It's all right, Atlanta. We'll be back.
Yeah.
We'll be back, Fun Spot.
We'll be back. This is a quick one anyway, really. It's just
nip across the pond.
A couple of weeks ago, we touched upon that they were expanding the park, and now today they've announced that they'll be retheming one of them areas. I'm so burpy, sorry. He's having a good burp. Anyway, so if you've been to Efteling, the area they are retheming is the
I still
area
need to go
near.
to the small park.
I can't pronounce the area. I can't pronounce any of the areas at Efteling, but it's the place where Vogel Rock is, which is the
I low-key
indoor
want to
coaster.
try it, but I don't at the same time.
Go for it. Go for it.
I
go
think
for it,
Mikhile
Okay,
really
go for
should.
Do it.
For saying he hates me,
not
he really
doing
should
it.
pronounce everything.
Yeah.
First of all, the entire tweet is in Dutch, so I don't know what is the name of the area and what isn't. So
You
yeah,
told
no,
me,
it's
well,
not
there-
me.
yeah,
told me
forget
you
it
were
then.
fluent. Mikhile.
Don't
It begins
do
with
it.
R. It begins with R. But that whole area is going to be rethemed to Sinbad and the Sailor. At the minute, it's very weird because it's like you've got like Vogel Rock, and then you've got Monsieur Cannibal, which is like a really since it opened in like the 80s, it was like even in the 80s, it was controversial. So it was controversial.
In the 80s.
So every year there's been something like kind of pressure on them to like kind of change that theme. So they've decided to like go full on with it. It's now going to be Sinbad the Sailor. Vogel Rock is already about Sinbad the Sailor. It's like it's the big bird from it. It's all about Sinbad the Sailor. So the whole area is going to become that now. Monsieur Cannibal, it's going to be like this kind of, you're going to be on this, it looks like it's almost going to be on water. If you Google it or you look at the tweet on Efteling's Twitter, you'll see it almost looks like it's actually on water. So I don't know if that's going to be themed water or they're adapting the ride to be water. I don't know. But there's also like a maze at the back of that ride that they're going to retheme into like a water playground. So it's going to be a playground, but with loads of water everywhere. And then eventually what they'll be doing is the restaurant near there as well. They'll be bringing that into the area and giving it that kind of same theme. But it looks beautiful. Obviously, it's Efteling. Everything they do theming wise is really, really nice. It always fits in with the rest of the park as well. It never looks... when you see something new from Efteling, it looks like it's been there for years. Like it's just so good how they do it. So
They do it well.
They manage to fit things in so seamlessly.
Yeah, it's
every
mad.
time.
It's like when Baron come in and it's like they've got this dive coaster and they've made it effortlessly fit into the park, and it's just you just wouldn't think they could do that, and they managed to do it so well. It's one of the most beautiful looking coasters I've ever seen, honestly.
It is.
It's beautiful, and the whole storyline to it's great. So it's just a bit of story, and that's the thing. Like when they expand the park, it's the strip between this land and what connects the advent. I think in English it's called the Adventure Land, and that's where like you've got Python, the Flying Dutchman, George and the Dragon. So this new land will connect them two parks. So you're gonna have like this whole new brand new area, as well as this new re-theme as well. But that's going to be happening. I think the last chance people can like ride Monsieur Cannibal is like September the 5th or something like that.
If you want to.
Yeah. To be honest, it is controversial and it's good that it's going, but the soundtrack slaps, man. You should hear it. You should hear it. You should hear it. But anyway, so that's Efteling. So next up is Fun Spot. Who wants to take the lead on this?
Fun Spot Atlanta.
Smooth it.
Yeah, I mean,
just find what, because
we
put it in our chat.
Yeah, it's going to be an RMC.
There we go.
It looks incredible. It looks kind of out and backy for the first section, and then it just goes on one. It just literally like it's like an L shape with like a turnaround at the end of it. We wish we could show you guys. Hopefully we can in the future.
It's a big layout.
It looks massive.
What has been put on Reddit as well.
I've not seen the Reddit stuff. I've only seen the list layout.
I'll read it out.
Go for it.
Apparently, just I don't think it's a direct quote from like the owner of Fun Spot Atlanta, but just a summarization of things that have been said. Just so like the owner of Fun Spot has made a video regarding major details. These were some of the key points. Atlanta sports theme unfortunately fell through, now being themed to the history of Georgia and America. The sports will be white, one rail will be red and the other blue. The owner has stated, "This is no kiddie coaster. This will be a world-class coaster." And ground has already been broken on site. So so they've already started construction on it. And I think they're going for a 2022 opening as well.
Wow.
Going off of the layout, it's reminding me a lot of Goliath at Six Flags Great America in the sense that
Kind
it
of. I can
seems
see
like
that.
especially with over on the left section, the way the layout diagram comes to a point, it's looking like that's
Dive loop or
sort of
something.
imaging a dive loop,
Yeah,
like referencing a dive loop.
It does.
And Goliath at Six Flags Great America, the top attract RMC over near Chicago, that's the only RMC currently with a dive loop. And so
That would be mad, wouldn't it? Can you imagine?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's looking good. I'm thinking that sweeping turn by what looks to be the station is probably going to be an overbank turn.
Yeah, definitely.
And then after that it carries on over to the north side of the park, or what judging by this
just goes everywhere.
By
I
this
feel
image,
like, I feel like I don't know about you guys, but I feel like just by looking at it, it feels like it's going to be an airtime machine.
Yes.
Like,
Oh
There's
yeah,
gonna be so much,
yeah, for sure.
It's
Out
going to
and
be
back
so much.
first.
You know,
Yeah.
Shout out Park Fans Network on Twitter as well, who shared this.
Yeah, shout out.
Who shared all the info on the layout and stuff. But yeah, it does look like an airtime machine, which I mean RMCs generally are, to be fair. But
some of them focus on airtime more so than, even though they all do give you like proper ejector airtime. Like some of them focus more heavily on it.
I can't wait to get on
than
one.
others.
So,
For
like,
sure.
I just need to get on one. We need
Well,
one in
I
this
feel
damn country. Like Fun Spot Atlanta can have one, then we can have one. It's not fair.
Fun Spot Manchester.
To be fair, like if we win out,
That'd be so good. That would be so good.
you imagine.
Fun Spot Manchester.
Fun Spot Trafford Centre.
I need that so bad.
Fun
I
Spot
need that
Trafford
so
Centre. That would be amazing.
Manchester vibes. Yeah.
Event City Fun Spot. That would be incredible. That would be nuts.
Can you imagine? That
Oh
was silly, guys.
man.
Fun Spot
Zero G stall over the dome on the Trafford Centre.
Fun Spot Oldham. I need that.
Fun
It's
Spot
crazy
Oldham.
though, isn't it? Like with Fun Spot, is like they're just like they're just like a bog standard like amusement park, almost like a fair. But then
Yeah.
they have
And
these
they
sick,
come out with
like,
this,
they have
yeah,
these,
Yeah.
like Mind Blower.
Mind
It's
Blower.
just
Oh, I'm so
Mind Blower
excited for
is that blew me away when
I really want to
And
try Mind Blower.
It's I was going in with low. It's the first gravity group coaster I've done, and I went in there going, I've never done one. I was like, it looks rickety as hell, but it's just the way it looks. Went on it. Oh man! Like,
Did you
we
do it at
not
night,
stop.
Sean?
Yeah, like we did it the first time we did it. It was like daytime, and then we did it like a night, like a sunset ride in it, and then we just because basically at Fun Spot, I'm guessing this is the same everywhere, but I don't know. But in Orlando, you can pay for like a night ticket. So if you go there,
Oh,
I
wow,
think it was
cool.
something like at 8.
That's cool.
You just get like unlimited rides until like
They're opening
1 o'clock in the
times.
1 o'clock in the
I
morning.
bet, yeah. I was gonna say their opening
Yeah,
times
it was
are
it
what
was
they
it
should
was
be.
so good.
Their
So we
opening
just
times are like
kept
our Asda's.
noted
Like,
doing
it's
it.
crazy.
We're open 4 hours a day here, you know.
Yeah.
America, they're actually open.
That's a whole different podcast.
It was we were with Joe's brother as well, and Joe's brother like turned 21. I think it was he turned 21 that day, and like so because it was his birthday, he got a free wristband.
Sick.
He just showed his ID.
I'm
like,
birthday every day
free
now, son.
Make sure that the opening in Atlanta will be my birthday, so I can.
Yeah. Imagine how many people are born on this day. It's very popular.
Yeah.
No, it's cool though, man. Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
So, there was a bit from Vekoma, wasn't there, this week?
Yes. What was the Vekoma
Yes.
news? Because I only literally saw that.
Yeah, I know that Pleasure Beach Experience tweeted it out, and I retweeted it, but I can't. Let me just. I'll have a
And
gander.
we have to have a look
a new
at that. 'Cause I didn't-
a new Vekoma, a new gen Vekoma
gen
at
Vekoma.
Farup Summerland.
a new.
Yeah. there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that in Denmark?
I think it's in Farup Summerland. Yeah, I think it's in Denmark.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
This thing looks nuts. Like, that drop.
Where are you
looks
looking,
so
bro?
good.
I need to see this. Where
Oh,
are you
go
looking?
on my Twitter. I retweeted it from Pleasure Beach Experience. They've got it on there. I think this is what Luca was going on about.
Yeah, it was.
Phonics or Phonics.
Oh right, yeah, phone.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Phoenix
Sorry, I
or
quickly had a look
Phoenix
at
or-
this.
however
that
they
drop
wanted
looks
to,
insane.
to
I love how they're using NL2.
pronounce it.
Like, I love how they're using NL2. And that skybox they've got, actually, just going a little bit geeky NL2 here. That's a nice skybox. I've never seen that before. An NL2. That's nice. Like, the shadows are nice and everything.
Are we looking?
I want that. Like, it's
It looks really good. I actually think
Did it do a POV?
the layout looks a
What?
little bit more like
In and out
I won't go fully into it, but
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I know. Yeah, I know exactly what this is because
Yeah.
like I was like
Yeah.
Marcus Gaines has got something to do with this, and I was just talking to him about it.
yeah,
Cool.
like the layout looks a little bit more varied than the other new Vekoma layouts that I've seen, in the sense that it looks a little bit more
unique.
like not even new, but like there seems to be more of an inclusion on lateral forces.
Yeah, and there's a lot of
Not obviously I can't comment because I've not ridden a new gen Vekoma
I know what you mean,
but
there's a lot of tip out drops and tip out time hills.
Is there a top-down view of the layout?
just the transitions look a little bit more snappy, a little bit more like changes the direction and stuff. Like, yeah, what do you say,
Everyone
Aaron?
was making like comparisons to Lek.
Yeah,
on
I
it
mean,
and saying,
they will do, won't they? Because it's but it
I was just saying, is there a top-down
it looks
view?
very similar though, like in terms of like the
Is there a
same.
top-down view?
No, just go onto my Twitter. Everyone go onto my Twitter. You probably got it anyway. It's why you're here.
I've seen that. I was wondering if you got a top-down
Look,
view of
I'll
it, just to
put-
make
no,
sense.
Coaster
put
Club,
this.
so-
No. Let me just put this in the chat because this is a better illustration of it when you see it.
Okay.
Hold on. The podcast chat on Twitter.
Yeah, imagine a new gen Vekoma Drayton to replace GeForce. That would be sexy. That would be
Yeah,
so
so I've
good.
seen this.
I would not complain. I
No.
would not complain.
Oh, you saw that? Sorry, I didn't think so.
I like to see what's going on from top, so we can see a proper layout.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
It looks messy, doesn't it? I like it.
It looks good. It looks like there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of near misses as well. Going through
Yeah,
the building,
definitely.
the station building is being implemented into the layout, the back end of the layout by the looks of
There was a
things.
POV to that rendering as well that got released on YouTube. It looks like it keeps its pacing really well as well.
Yeah, it looks good.
Wow.
From NL2, it looks great. And Vekoma have actually been very honest with their NL2 POVs. They've looked a lot like how the ride comes out. So I'm excited for that. Whoever's doing Vekoma's NL2 renders, like
I will say, I kind of feel like in terms of comparing these new gen Vekomas to Intamin Blitz's design language, well, not even the Blitz specifically, but just new gen Intamin in general, their design language, and then like Mark's design language.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would put the Vekomas on the level of those two, or even like just the Marks in general, but I do just think their ride experiences look vastly improved from what they used to be, and I think they're just going to deliver a really good ride. I'm not sure they're going to break like that world class barrier.
Mate, I don't know. I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be the new Intamin. I honestly, I think.
You think so?
The way they are stepping up, like they are stepping up big style. Like let's not forget like Fly.
I've not heard that in a few years.
Big styly, mate. Big
style, man.
Big styly.
style vibes.
No, big style, not styly.
Styly? What?
Different.
No, that's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
It's big style, mate.
Big style.
Mate, I'll make it a thing.
Go on, Sean. Sorry.
Let's not forget. Like, let's not forget Fly, man. Like, I need to experience that. I launched Flying Coaster. The way you get onto that in the station.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think people are talking about it enough. I know it is a big thing I know it was getting hyped. It was like Flype for ages, but that died down way too quickly because that is so ahead of it. Like, well, I shouldn't say ahead of its time, but it kind of is. It's like they've managed to do something that even B&M hadn't done, which is like get loaded up on a flying coaster in a non-awkward fashion. Not hanging down like that. So I think to me that, and the fact that their new what they're called again, the STCs.
STCs.
Like they look incredible. For what the market is more of like I know it's more of like a family, like a not major intense, but it
just
still
solid,
looks
just solid attraction.
so good.
Yeah,
like,
very, very solid, very just high quality.
Yeah,
quality ride.
And it's like
bucket
Intamin are
list
great,
for
but
me.
they're renowned for being a bit temperamental when they're opening and stuff. You don't hear that with these new gen Facomas. It's just like they get off and they're on it.
Yeah. What I will say about Fly and just the like Vacoma's iteration of the flying coaster in general is that with the 2 across seating comes a smaller clearance envelope, which means the possibility for close proximity theming like that of Rookborough is more possible with a ride model like Vacoma's flying coaster, more so than B&M's flying coaster model. You see what I'm saying? So like I feel like Rookborough and Fly was so well executed in the sense that they chose the right ride model and ride manufacturer to go with for what they wanted to achieve, which was just, in the context of Rookborough's story, just a flying machine.
Yeah.
Flying around a steampunk city. I don't think that's possible with a B&M flying coaster.
It's too big of a footprint, though, isn't it? Like, it's just, you just wouldn't be able.
Well,
to
it's just like the track is much, much more. What's the word I'm looking for? Not bulky, kind of bulky. Like the track is more bulky with the 4 across trains. It requires it requires a bigger clearance envelope, and like obviously the B&M inverts work so well with the terrain. Like Black Mamba is so well executed, but at the same time, with a 2 across ride unit, that has the possibility of being executed so much better.
But that's the thing. Like they've made that option. They've made that option possible now. Like if you wanted a flying coaster, you had to get Hero or B&M.
I think basically, honestly.
There's another option for Parks to go with. Yeah,
that's the thing. Like they've got a solid option.
Get a blender
that you can have a launch. I don't think the launch is like an Intamin launch. But it's probably like more like I imagine it in my head to be like a Mac launch. But it's
because you got to think in that flying position. If you're just just full on pelting coaster trains down a launch track with the kind of strength that Intamin LSM launches go, that's not comfortable.
I disagree though. I disagree because think of an S&S shock tower like that. Surely like that. Like I don't know the
okay.
You know what I mean? Like you're going up like that, right? So you're just
flat.
So I don't know.
That's a good point. I never thought of that.
I didn't think
it's different forces, right?
A while ago, I'm like, could you imagine like a forceful? That could actually be so fun. But like we're saying, I don't know how. Like hanging down, you got different physics. It's the physics of it, isn't it? Does your hand? Does it force your head down more? I don't know. But
how the supports have to be to actually. Because
it could be interesting. It could be interesting.
So here's one thing in the nerdy conversations I've had with people, like the seating position on the Vacoma. There's one more thing to take into account with the Vacoma flying model as well. The seats, so the B&M flying seats are like when you go up into the flying position, it's more like the seats are at a 90-degree angle. So like your entire back is like at a 90-degree angle, isn't it? With the Vacoma flying model, the seats aren't quite reaching 90 degrees. It's more like maybe like 70 to 80.
But so you kind of like more like that sort of.
Yeah. Right, and you can kind of tell in pictures as well, like of.
That's weird though, if that's the case, because that's like if you
edgy seat stuff, isn't it?
It's kind of like if you made a wish.
You've been sitting on that, haven't you? You were waiting to say that.
I'm getting one of them. Get one in.
Okay.
Someone said, imagine King Dakar with the.
You don't want to fly around like that, though, do you? Like that's not how you want to fly.
Well, like if you think about how hard it can be to, well, not hard, but like just kind of difficult it can be to like crane your neck up on a B&M flyer to like see where you're going and stuff. It might be a bit easier to do.
It might be better, yeah. It might actually be better. Like it might be that sort of thing where it's like Oblivion, like it's not a true vertical.
Yeah.
But you can't tell. Like you can't tell. Yeah. And I personally think it's probably just in my head. But I just think because it's not true, not like 90-degree drop, it's actually more forceful. Because the other, like when I did Baron and stuff, it kind of like it didn't have that same effect of like it takes your breath away.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know if that might be to do with the trains because it's just such a heavy, probably like such a wide train. I don't know. I need to do more of them type of dive coasters to
Oblivion
get
Black
that.
Hole interests me. God, that looks good. That looks like a really cool coaster.
At Gardaland.
Fast through the layout as well.
I love the theming as well.
Yeah,
of like how everything's getting sucked into.
Like everything gets warped the closer
into it. It looks really cool.
It looks sterile as well. Like the area,
it's just all white
track. You got white track, white like satellite dish thing there, and like posts, and then you've got this green, just this vibrant green strip of grass that runs all the way around the ride. It looks beautiful. It's
definitely like the biggest draw to that park for me. It's like I know it looks like a nice park. Anyway.
Do you know what's funny with that?
Between that and Raptor.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny with that? We always talk about Nemesis and Nemesis Inferno, but no one talks about how Merlin put two names of all coasters together and came up with a new.
Because they like stepped it up.
Yeah.
They made the Oblivion like Black Hole. It looks better, like it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just saying the name,
I also think it's to do with the fact they're in different countries as well.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
People forget it's a Merlin Park.
Right? They just chose the country that they had the biggest chance of getting away with throwing.
I was talking to someone. I can't remember if it was on the Break Run Bar or not, but we were saying like sometimes the Oblivion Black Hole tags turn up on Oblivion merch at towers. Like,
really?
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
I need one.
All enthusiasts like, mate, how do we get this?
It's a rare. It's a super rare.
That's a shiny merchandise.
When we were in Amsterdam Dungeons, we saw, I'm not kidding you, we saw a Blackpool Dungeons mug inside the store.
What?
Nice.
Yeah, in Amsterdam.
That's what it was,
Blackpool Dungeons inside.
Someone's been smoking too much, hasn't they?
Could be that as well. But no, we definitely saw it. But it happens all the time because they all get made in the same factory and they probably get mispackaged or whatever. Like one just gets in the wrong.
They're all the same, aren't they? Just got different names on them and stuff.
All made in China, mate.
Yeah,
probably. But no, I think the whole thing with the Nemesis and Nemesis Inferno is just the fact that like at the end of the day, like Thorpe and Alton are like rival parks anyway, and the fans, the fanboys,
fans are like that.
Are like at each like it is jokey most of the time anyway.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
I get death stares at Thorpe nowadays. I love so.
It's because they love pineapple on pizza.
Mate, Aaron, your anonymity is going out the window more and more by the day.
That's why I'm hiding in scary libraries. All right, leave me alone.
Is in the secret weapon library.
This is where Merlin comes up with all the ideas.
Yeah. Right. Are we all good? Everybody.
I think we're all good, man.
Sweet. On that note.
That might be everything.
Sweet.
On that bombshell.
Yeah, so you guys want to plug anything?
What else we got in the chat?
Plug away. Aaron, do you want to plug your channel?
Yeah, I've been plugging it all out, mate. Go and check out the RITA Horror Storytime channel. Got a lovely video on 13.
Ooh, yes.
I'm gonna need to check that out. Yeah.
Yes.
Check that out.
I have the Park Vibes vlog on my channel. If you want to go check that out, it's Park Vibes. Bit of a different video for us because it was so rainy that we didn't even get to do cinematic. So But it's been nice the fact that people still liked it, and it's actually like really nice that even without the cinematics, it's still getting like the same love and stuff. So really happy with that, and I think we made the best out of a kind of a gloomy situation with the weather and stuff. So I was happy with that vlog. So yeah, if you've watched it and stuff, thank you so much. Mikhile, what you plugging, bro?
Give me one second. I'm mid typing.
Thrill Seeks just said is sorting out 13 off-ride footage. How have you got that?
he's got track cameras in the woods.
I was like that I've put in the chat. I was mid type.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
King Car flying position sounds painful.
RITA in flying position.
Oh,
oh no!
Like, crash mat at the end of that thing.
Hydraulic launch on a flying coaster.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, stuff to plug. I mean, just follow me on Twitter. I'm Mickey03. Mickey spelled MIKHI03 on Twitter. On Instagram, I'm Visions by Mikhile. With Visions, I'm kind of in an idle spot at the moment because like I'm working on a drawing project that I can't really make public at the moment, but
we want an exclusive. Thank you.
I'm kind of just working on that slowly at the moment, but I do have some plans in the future. So like at the moment, I'm kind of just just dropping in photos that I've taken from towers and Pleasure Beach at the moment. With the practice with photography that I've been doing recently. So follow me on Instagram, Visions by Mikhile. And yeah, like anytime I go on any trips or anything, I'll just be posting on my story, just little hints at where I'm going and stuff, and yeah, it'll be fun. And then once I'm
a well-earned waffle that you had. Was it?
Yeah. Bro, I earned that waffle. I don't want to hear it.
Damn well earned that.
Oh, that waffle was good as well.
That RITA
chocolate
waffle, you earned it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Once I get into some of the other plans that I have, a little bit later on, I'll definitely be updating all the followers on there, and just showing progress pictures and like finished pieces and stuff. So like that's gonna be really cool once I get into that. But yeah, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Interact. Hit me with whatever. Yeah, I'm there.
Do it, man. Guys. Do it. Go and do it.
Yeah. And coming up on the channel very soon is a new Intamin No Limits 2 project I've been working on for 4 months. That's coming soon. The layout's finished, supports are starting to go in, and then it's time for theming. We'll be doing some more streams as well over the next few weeks, and one of them is going to be very exciting, and you don't want to miss it.
Oh,
okay. All right.
It's going to be incredible. I'm so excited. I'm hyped, and yeah.
I'm getting tingles, mate.
And a few of you who follow the channel will know what I'm on about. Some of you won't, but when the stream drops, you'll probably have about an hour to get in the chat and get on the stream, because it's going to be very quick to go out. But yeah, stay posted to my social media for that. Twitter, absolutely, like it'll go on there straight away. As soon as I know, you'll know. We'll be live. You'll see it. And it'll blow your mind. So yeah, make sure that you do subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, so you get notified when we go live. But for now, guys, we've been the CoasterGen Show. I've been Luke, he's been Sean, he's been Aaron, he's been Mikhile, and we'll see you next week, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for everyone for commenting, for the questions. Yeah, follow the links in the video description. Guys, we'll see you next week.
Take care, guys.
Cheers,
Bye.
guys. Good chat.
Bye.
See you next week.